supported suicide attacks.
Definitely, definitely.
The son of a top Hamas leader embraces Christianity and confronts radical Islam.
If they will kill me, they will kill this body. What about my ideas?
Can those ideas change the world?
Your life would have been easier had you never picked up the Bible.
Of course. Now I have my own responsibilities. And now I see that this path is the right path.
Escape from Hamas. Reporting from New York, here's Bill Hemmer.
Good evening, I'm Bill Hemmer. And this is a Fox News exclusive, Escape from Hamas. Once again, Middle East violence dominates the news. A murderous rain of missiles on Israeli cities, launched by the terrorist organization Hamas. Israeli defense forces pounding the Gaza Strip in retaliation. Streets full of fanatical demonstrators, many of them young men committed to killing in the name of God.
Massab Hassan's chance encounter with a Christian tourist not only ripped apart his deeply held belief in the Muslim faith, it would also change forever his life and the lives of his family. Massab Hassan believes with all his heart that that chance meeting might also very well change the world. And his denunciations of Islam are harsh and startling.
Every Muslim who read the Quran, if they allow themselves to listen to this Quran and believe in the same time that this is from God, I think they are sick and they need help.
Massab Hassan says he got that kind of help and his life has indeed changed.
Thank you, Lord.
And like so many others around the world who've converted to Christianity, Massab Hassan says all it took to set him on his journey was one reading of the Bible.
I loved Jesus immediately.
Why?
Love your enemy. That was the one that moved me from deep and changed my life forever. I've been suffering for a long time. It's like my medicine became. It's not a drug. It's not given. It's not like Quran. Quran is a drug.
The Koran is a drug, you say?
Islam is a drug.
Incendiary words from a young man on a mission. But Massab Hassan believes his story can change the lives of millions of Muslims, whose faith he feels is also in crisis.
I believe that Islam is collapsing already.
Because it's collapsing?
It is collapsing. It looks from the outside, it's growing, but from the inside, it's completely collapsing. It's not giving answers to the people. It's not improving their lives. It's not helping them at all. Within 10 years, that's it. Islam's going to be over.
So how did this faithful son become so disillusioned with everything the powerful father he loved and admired brought him up to believe in? What led him to become so disgusted with Hamas, the movement his father helped to found, that he now repeatedly and bitterly denounces it? How did he lose faith in radical Islam and turn instead to evangelical Christianity? And how does he plan to persuade millions of Muslims to abandon their faith, a faith he says is misguided, or as he now puts it, is nothing more than a drug?
If they torture, you're not allowed to say anything. If they kill people, you're not allowed to say anything. If they teach you something wrong...
They torture and they kill people in the jail?
They tortured and they killed people.
Their own people?
Their own people.
Why would Hamas torture and kill its own members? Because Massab Hassan says Hamas leaders feared that anyone and everyone could be collaborating with Israel.
Hamas started to get suspicious about everybody, about themselves, about their wives, about their children, about everybody.
So everybody was guilty until proven innocent?
Exactly. Their method was to gather, they call them red points, on XY person. For example, if someone spends 5 minutes later than he's supposed to spend in a shower, they think that he's communicating with the Israelis. They're just collecting points.
And at some point, this person would get enough points against him.
And then the people he once saw as heroes would begin to torture. It was primitive and brutal.
They put needles under their fingernails.
They put needles under the fingernails?
Needles under their fingernails. They didn't allow them to sleep for weeks continuously. They just like keep walking them up, put them in a very difficult positions, burning their bodies by like burning like piece of plastic on their bodies.
He is not right.
Sheikh Hamid Batawi is a leading Hamas official and Islamic court judge. He too spent time in Megiddo prison, and his response to allegations of Hamas torturing and murdering their own is unequivocal.
إطلاقاً غير صحيح. إطلاقاً.
Definitely not true, definitely. If a prisoner makes a mistake, we use him as an example. Make him clean more. That's the regular punishment.
إطلاقاً.
In studying the Koran, Massab Hassan found what he calls thousands of inconsistencies.
What Muslim sheikhs or religious people do, that they focus on only one part of Islam.
Which part do they focus on?
The part that they need for that time. If it's a war zone, if it's wartime, they're talking about jihad. If it's our relationship to Christianity and we have to coexist with them, live with them in peace, they bring verses talking about peace. If they have to fight Christians, they bring the verses that... So it's like very political religion. And this way, I discovered that the Islam is the most bipolar religion on earth, that you can find whatever you want.
So the Quran contradicts itself?
In so many ways.
And now that he's here in the United States, Massab Hassan feels free to speak his mind, to take on Islam, to urge the entire Muslim world to take a long, hard look at itself and the faith on which it is founded.
I think if they allow themselves to listen to this Quran and believe in the same time that this is from God, I think they are sick and they need help.
You sit here and say things like that, you are going to make millions upon millions of Muslims very, very angry.
I'm not trying to offend Muslims. I love them. Those Muslims are my family.
But you are going to offend people and you are going to put your life in danger, aren't you, by doing this?
Some of them will be offended. Some of them will be offended. But I am sure, I believe that many of them will wake up.
Some of them will try to kill you.
They will. They will. If they will kill me, they will kill this body. But the question, what about my soul? What about my ideas? What about my beliefs that I shared with everybody? Will they be able to kill this? I don't think so.
Do you think you shouldn't have done this? You shouldn't have gone public?
No, I had to do this. I had to do this because this is going to change so many people's lives. Hopefully, my family's life.
You believe your father will one day become a Christian?
He's not too far from Christianity. He's very close. I told him that. I told him, you're very far of Islam and you're very close to Christianity. That was my last sentence to him.
How do you think he reacted to that?
He cried.
Tears of joy or despair?
I don't think it was joy at that moment. One day he will understand.